So just a quick vlog as I'm moving between locations on the circuit at Brands Hatch. Back here for the finale of British Superbikes. Superbike practice is underway, so it's a little bit noisy at the moment. So yeah, I'm just moving from Stirling's Bend, where I just took a few shots, and I'm heading out onto the long circuit here towards Westfield and Hawthorns. And the weather's brightened up a lot, so it was pretty manky first thing, a bit drizzly, so it was quiet on the track as well, but now we seem to be getting underway at last. So as you can see, I'm just on the main straight here that goes out to the woodlands. It's noisy and fast here. But pretty exhilarating as well if you're a motorbike nut, which obviously I am. Yeah, okay, we'll sign off for the minute while we get to the next location. Oh, sunshine. That's nice. Yeah, we'll take some more pictures and have some more vlog from the next location. Between sessions now, just on the move again, and thankfully now some decent sunshine, which makes the photography a whole lot easier and my mood a whole lot better. So heading out onto the long circuit proper here, out into the woods, and Superbike practice has just finished. The first session has just finished. This is the Friday of the final weekend of BSB at Brands Hatch. I can't remember what's up next. Hopefully I've got some decent shots there, although I wasn't really in, not really been in, I don't feel as I've been in great position for some of this stuff. But I was up at Druids there on the outside, photographing through the fence, which, you know, it can be a bit sort of hit and miss really, because the fence in itself tends to reduce the contrast a little bit, it seems, just depending on how you catch it. Although I found a bit that was rusty, which was better than the silvered stuff, so we'll see how those come out. And maybe we'll find a sunny spot out here as well. Always involves a lot of walking for me at Brands Hatch. I like to just vary the shots quite a bit, otherwise it gets a bit samey if you're at one corner too much. I was going to do a bit more filming today, but using the Fuji, but the X-T20, but I haven't done that yet. Maybe I'll try some here. We shall see. They've got some of these kind of gaps in the fencing, but they're usually a bit too high up for me. I'm too short. I did see some people who brought a step with them to lift themselves up so they can see through those gaps, but I can't be carrying steps around all day. So a quick vlog in the car while I'm doing something else this morning. I've been over the results from the latest Brands Hatch trip to the British Superbikes practice on Friday 15th of October, and I was using the E-M1, Olympus E-M1 and 100-400 pound Leica lens as my main camera, and that worked out pretty well. There were a couple of things I noticed that I'd sort of, there were sort of suspicions before, and I had a chance to really check these out this time, because I found a location I'd not really used much before. I'm always looking for new corners at brands to use, because I've been there so often it's a bit samey. And on the exit to Stirling's, it's there's one of these purpose-built holes in the fence, and there's 4 panels, and they're like that, but they've got a solid steel border to them, and they're gaps in the chain link. And I was standing at one of those, standing back a little bit at one of those, and you only get a sight of the bikes coming into shot fractionally before you need to press the shutter. So it's really, you've got to be really quick. And I was trying to use the continuous autofocus with tracking, and it was clearly struggling to track. The bikes are moving so fast through that corner. As they're coming out of the dip there and out of the corner, they're really hard on the throttle, so they're really accelerating fast. So it was challenging, and I think it's a good place to go again. I'm not sure the continuous autofocus with tracking is the best setting. I also, at some point later in the afternoon, the light was fading a little bit, so I upped the ISO. I was also trying to use the continuous shooting in low speed, so that it would hopefully track focus between shots. But of a burst of 3 or 4 shots, there'd only ever be one that was in focus. So I'm not sure. It may just be that in that situation, there's a limit to what the technology that I've got can do. I don't know if the E-M1 Mark II or Mark III are any better. Maybe they are, but I think it felt as though I was a bit limited there. The other thing that I noticed when I was at Druids, on the outside of Druids, and I was panning, it's quite noticeable that when when you're using continuous autofocus and tracking, when it actually acquires the lock, there's a momentary, and it really is just a momentary blip in the response to the viewfinder screen, and it makes it look as if the bike that you're following has jumped forwards. It's a little bit off-putting. To be honest, didn't find that a big problem, because when you're panning, you're just trying to continue sort of like a smooth movement through an arc. So it's not really a problem, because you're just continuing the movement, and then the viewfinder sort of refreshes and catches up. But it's a little bit, a little bit of a niggle, really. I used the Fuji a little bit. To be honest, that the lens I've got, that 50 to 230 on the X-T20, it's okay at the shorter lengths, really, but as you get to the fullest extent of it, as it's full and it's fully zoomed to 230, it's a bit soft. I think a little bit soft. So I did try a little bit of filming. I was aiming to do some filming on the Fuji as well, and I think that seemed to go, okay. You'll see the shots in a minute, see what you think. I'll interlace some some still photos in with some little clips of film, tiny clips of film. I didn't do much filming really. To be honest, the day got off to a really slow start because it was cold or cool, breezy and drizzly first thing, so there were not many bikes out. Because the forecast was better for the afternoon, I think most people would just wait and see what it's like in the afternoon rather than take a risk in first practice of the weekend. So it was quiet in the morning. The weather wasn't startling. It was okay. One thing I have done is one place I have really upped my game is in terms of looking for subjects that are not actually on the track. So there's a few pictures of vendors and that sort of thing. So I'll put some of those in as well and see what you think.